we're going to start actually seated. You can either sit on your seat bones or sitting back on your knees, whatever is most comfortable. We're just going to be a few minutes just taking a moment to arrive in a seated position. So find your comfortable seat. Seat bones grounded down and the spine really tall. And then shut your eyes. Grounding down through the seat bones and at the same time sitting really tall, sitting proud. Spines erect, shoulders broad, crown of head lifted up. And just take a moment to tap into your energy levels at this moment. And take a moment to check in with the mind, the mental body, just noticing if there's any mental chatter. And now draw all your attention to your breath. And let's start to lengthen the breath. So feeling the belly expand as the breath comes in. Chest rises. Shoulders might even move up a little bit towards the ears. And if they do, you just relax them, roll them down the back. And then as you exhale, long, slow exhale. Taking another deep, full breath in, filling up with what you need right now. Little pause at the top. And then you exhale out the mouth. And let's keep building the breath. So breathing in, even length inhale, even and equal length exhale. Every time you breathe in, you fill up with exactly what you need in this moment. And as you breathe out, you clear away what's not needed. The more you breathe out, the more space you have to welcome a new breath, welcome more possibility. The possibility of a full inhale, clearing the breath out, clearing away cobwebs, distraction, negative thoughts. And then another breath comes in. It's like a whole new breath cycle, a whole new life cycle. Breathing in, fill up. Breathing out, clear out. Create space for what is possible for you today on this yoga mat. Theme of the week is anything is possible. Embrace that as you practice today. And it's often our minds that get in the way. The mind that might tell us we're not able to do something. And as you practice, can you notice it, become aware of it, and shift it to being in the present moment, to being with your breath and seeing how much you can be up to. Okay, one more deep, full breath in. Fill, fill, fill. And then a really long exhale, clearing away, creating all that space for all your possibility. Okay, hands on the lap, and we'll start to move into a little bit of a seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, draw the chest bone forward, look up. And as you exhale, round the spine. Eyes can be open or closed. It might be nice to keep them shut for the next few minutes, just as you start to move your body, moving the spine, waking up the back body. Inhaling, the heart comes forward, gaze up, maybe even drop the head back. And then exhale round, pulling the belly in. If you want to make this a little bit different from your traditional cat-cow seated, you could move, you could round, make this yours. Move intentionally. Only thing that matters right now is you, your breath, and moving your body in a way that feels really nourishing for you. Okay, one more. Inhale, draw the belly forward, look up. And then exhale, round. From here, roll over your hands and knees, come into tabletop position, and just take a few traditional cat-cows. Matching breath to movement. Grounding through the hands, tops of the shins, the feet. Spread your fingers really wide, pressing into the finger pads. Tops of the feet pressing down. When you're ready, make your way into downward facing dog. Hello, Natalia. Pedal your dog. Shake your head. Take any movement right now that feels right for you. There is no right or wrong. There is just you and your practice and moving in line with your body, moving in line with your breath, paying attention to the signs that your body gives you for what it needs. And if that means a child's pose, at any point you go into child's pose. If that means a modification, you modify. If that means a variation, go for it. Your practice. And anything is possible. Okay. Take a big breath in. Clear the breath out. Walk forward to your hands, hang in ragdoll, grab opposite elbow, opposite wrist. Let it go. Feel into the feet. All four corners of the feet ground you here. Big toe mound, little toe mound, the side of each heels. Maybe even lifting the 10 toes so you can really feel the four corners. And then relax the arms down. Come into a halfway lift, create extension. Belly's pulling in, legs strong. And then fold forward. Head drops down. On empty, rise all the way up to stand. Arms coming up and overhead. Press down through the feet. Strong legs. Arms come up, gaze goes up. And then draw your hands to heart center. Shut your eyes. Set your intention for practice today. And maybe we all set a collective intention of anything is possible, possibility on this yoga mat. And let's start with one Om. Breathe in. Open the eyes. Inhale, reach up, extend. Reach through the fingertips. And exhale, fold forward down the legs, hinging from the hips. Lift halfway, strong legs, two legs squeezing into one, belly's pulling in, shoulder blades squeeze down the back. And then exhale, fold forward. Reach all the way up, extended mountain. Breath in at the top, and then fold. Clear the breath out as you go. Halfway lift, length. Fold forward, bow, drop, rise all the way up. Breath at the top, stretch, and exhale, fold. Hinging from the hips, belly's pulling in. Halfway lift, high plank to low plank, or taking your modification. Upward facing dog, cobra, downward facing dog. Modifications are good. So if you need to modify, modify. Doesn't matter what I say. I am your secondary teacher giving guidance, but you move in line with your body. Okay, in your downward facing dog, do a little bit of a cat-cow spine. So as you drop the belly and look forward to the hands, and then as you exhale, just round a little bit, feeling into cat-cow in a downward facing dog. And then land your dog, take a breath in and a breath out. Look forward, step to the front. Lift halfway, fold forward down the legs. Rise all the way up to stand. The breath comes in at the top, Uddiyana Bandha, and exhale, fold forward. Clear the breath, gaze between the shins. Halfway lift, high to low plank, moving in line with your breath. Upward facing dog, press the mat away, get really strong through the legs. Downward facing dog, breath comes out. You reset right here, and you reset with the tools of your practice. Breath, drishti, foundations, hands, feet. And as you press your hands and feet into the mat, the core switches on. One more breath in. Long breath out on empty, feet to hands. Flat back, bow. Rise all the way up to stand and fold. Halfway lift, shoulder blades squeeze in, high to low plank. Flowing with your breath, upward facing dog, press the mat away, strong legs. Downward facing dog, hips go back. Reset right here. Hands pressing into the mat, fingers as wide as possible. And then let the heels drop down towards earth. Gravity, pulling them down. Maybe they hit, maybe they don't. Little bend in the knees, so you're not locking out the knee joints. And take one more breath here. Long breath out, feet to hands. Halfway lift. And fold. One more Sane, rise all the way up, pressing down, hugging in, reaching up to express. Fold forward. Intentional every time you move, halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, fill the lungs. Downward facing dog, clear the lungs out, and then reset right here. Pressing the hands down and forward. Dropping the heels down and back, maybe even squeezing the hands towards one another so you get a little bit more action in the arms, and at the same time pressing the feet away from each other so you switch on the outer hips. Anything is possible on this mat. Big breath in, long breath out, look forward, feet to hands. Flat back, fold. Chair, sit deep in your Utkatasana. So feeling the four corners of the feet, the four corners pressing down and the heels almost pressing away from each other. At the same time, you squeeze the inner thighs in, drop the tailbone, lift the chest, spread the fingers, one more breath and bow. Clear the breath out, halfway lift. High to low plank, flowing through your vinyasa, like you're moving through water, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right side warrior one. And actually, as we move into warrior one, stay low for a moment. Stay low in your warrior one. Foot is ground in the back. And then as you press into the front right foot, can you pull the right hip back a little bit? And then from there, come into a diagonal. So your arms are back like wings and you're just floating your torso forward, belly pulling in. Keep pulling the right hip back, pressing the feet in. Mula Bandha is hugging in. Squeeze the hands towards each other. And then as you inhale, rise up. Warrior one, rise up. Just coming into it in a slightly different way, feeling the foundations of the feet, the legs super strong. Hands reaching up, maybe even gaze up, maybe go back. Hands to the mat, high to low plank, flow through. Up dog, down dog. Left side warrior one, starting low. So staying low, you feel the feet. You hug the leg muscles into the leg bones. And then with all that strength in your foundations, bring the arms back and just lift the torso. So you're diagonal to the mat, 2 eyes to 1 point just at the top. Pit of the belly is hugging in and up. And hands are pressing down. So it's almost like you're pressing something down into the mat as the shoulder blades squeeze in. You're breathing. Anything is possible right here. One more long breath in. And as you breathe out, rise up to warrior one. Strong through your foundation. So foundations from the core, from the floor to the core, all the way up to the fingertips. High to low plank. In line with your breath, up dog, down dog. Reset right here. Shaking the head if you need. Yeah, moving the legs a little bit if you need. And then you settle in your downward facing dog, taking this pose to reset. One more breath in. Breath out, look forward, walk, step, or jump to the front. Half lift, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose, intentional, sit really deep and hug in, and fold. Fold forward down the legs, halfway lift, shoulder blades squeeze in, high to low plank. Like a moving meditation, upward facing dog, press them out away, squeeze the armpits. Downward facing dog, your hips go back. Right side Virabhadrasana 1. Ground through the feet, pull into the core and rise up, express. High to low plank, flow. Elbows in. Up dog. Downward facing dog, left side Virabhadrasana 1. With intention, you place your feet, you hug into the core and you reach up. High to low plank. Most important thing is to move with your breath. Upward facing, squeeze the armpits. Down dog, clear the breath out. Reset right here. Pressing the hands down, pressing the feet down, creating space through the fingers, space through the toes. And when you create space in the physical form, you create space for something bigger than you even know exists. One more breath in, breath out, bend the knees, look forward and hop to the front. Flat back and fold. Utkatasana. Bow. Halfway lift. Low push-up. Up dog. Down dog. Warrior one on the right. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing, fill. Downward facing clears, left side warrior one. You rise on the inhale, flow on the exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog. Down dog, reset, doing whatever you need to do. Inhale fully, exhale completely. Big breath in, clear the breath out, and on empty, feet to hands. Halfway lift and fold, chair. Twist to the right. So twisting to the studio wall, heated wall in the studio. Feet are grounding you, tailbone dropping. trying to have the hips lower than the heart. From here, look down at your toes, lift the left heel. Lift the left heel, and now hover the left foot, almost trying to pick it up, kick your bum, and then really gently, you're gonna step back to crescent lunge with a twist. If there's a wobble, you just reset. There's no problem with it. We just begin again. Okay, you're in your twisted crescent lunge, left elbow hooked over the right knee. Yeah, maybe you spread your wings, maybe you bind. Do what feels good for you right now. Do what's calling you. Lengthening from the back left heel all the way through the spine, through the crown of the head. Inhale, pull the belly in. Exhale, revolve. Press down through the feet, open up to your warrior two. Round through the feet. Flip the front palm, reverse up and back, keeping a generous bend in the right knee. Extended side angle. Forearm to the thigh, arm reaches up and over. We're gonna do a little dancing warrior. So inhale, reaches the right arm up and back. The right knee stays bent. And exhale, extended side angle. Pulling the belly in. Inhale, reach up and go back. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. One more time, up and back. Feet are grounded. Extended side angles where we meet. Half bind or full bind. Feeling the tapas come in, or you stay. And if you stay, really feel the feet press down into the earth. Mula Bandha hugging in. Breath fluid. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. High to low plank. Nicely held, everyone. Tapas, the burn, the discipline in your practice. The discipline of showing up. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. Come forward to your hands. Halfway lift and fold forward down the legs. Chair pose. Take a moment to set it up and then twist to the left, hooking the right elbow over the left knee. And there's this tendency for the right knee to pull forward, so magnetize the right hip back. Okay, from there, look down at your toes. Gives you a little bit more stability. Lift the right heel and then pick that right foot up, trying to touch the right bum cheek and then step back to your twisted crescent lunge. Sthira Sukha Asana with stability and ease in every pose. So where in this pose can you strengthen and where can you soften? Spread your wings, bind if you feel, or you stay, feeling the four corners of the left foot pressing down, lifting that back right heel up. So it's almost like there's a wall behind that right heel and the feet are hugging in towards one another. And with all that strength in your foundation, spin open to warrior two. Stretch the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades in. Tailbone drops a little bit. Yeah, and a lift of the pelvis. And then flip the front palm, reverse and go back. Keeping the bend in the left knee. Extended side angle. And like a dance with your breath, inhale takes you up and back. Reverse your warrior. Knee stays exactly where it is. Extended side angle. Inhale, up and back, reverse. Intentional with every move. Extended side angle. One more time, up and back. And then land in your extended side angle. Liz says enough. Land in your extended side angle. Take your bind, half bind or full bind, or stay. And wherever you go, it's a choice. And you move into it with intention. And if you're feeling the burn, deepen your breath. That burn is a sign, is a message of presence in this moment. Chaturanga Dandasana. Tapas is one of our niyamas, and it signifies discipline. Heat, so that is good heat. Okay, bring the feet together to touch. Lift your right leg all the way up, trying to extend it as far up as the ceiling. Pressing the hands down and forward, create legs all the way up and out the right foot. And then from there, bend your knee and stack your hip, opening up through the right side body. So really feel the intercostal muscles on the right, stretching. Maybe you can look under your right armpit. If you want to take some circles with your right knee, you can take some circles or you just stay. But the intention is to feel the right side opening. At the same time, you're pulling the belly in. Mula Bandha's hugging in. And then lower the right leg down. Lift the left leg. Create the length first. Bend your knee, stack your hip. Open through the left side body. Allow the head to drop. If you want to take those circles, you take the circles to create the opening, lubricate the left hip joint. As you do that, can you drop the right heel a little bit more towards the mat? And then lower the left leg down towards the mat. Walk forward to your hands. Create extension through the spine. Flat back, lengthen, and fold. Chair pose. Okay, all four corners pressing down, but your toes are soft. In this chair, can you do the action of cat-cow? So as you inhale, create a little back bend, and as you exhale, round, feeling the difference there. Pulling the lower belly in. Mula Bandha's hugging in. Oh, you all look amazing. Articulating through the spine one more time. Inhale, little arch, and then exhale to round. And release, forward fold. Separate the feet hips distance or wider. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Come into a flat back. And pause there for a moment. So feel the length of your spine. Squeeze the legs. And now release. Let the head drop down. So it's an active release in your forward fold. Nodding the head yes. Shaking the head no. Nodding the head yes. Yes for possibility. Yes for being able to do something you thought you never could do because you switched your mindset to just be here and try, play, test your edge. Crow pose. Ooh, got you ready for crow. And crow might be a crow practice. It might be squat malasana. It might be full crow to headstand. I don't know. What are you up to? Anything is possible. And this rectangular mat that you're on is a place to play and explore. No judgment. Just you, your practice, your breath. Crows, we're here for 3, 2, and shoot back to low plank on 1. Upward facing dog. Nicely done, everyone. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Let's take a lion's breath. Huge breath in, and then roar it out. Walk forward to your hands. Rise all the way up to stand. Eagle on the right. So right arm comes under, right leg over. Using that left foot as the foundation. So press firmly into the left foot. Yeah, and there's options to hold the shoulders. There's an option to have the foot just on the outside of the left ankle. You do your practice. And sometimes starting small and building is the way to go. And when there's a wobble, we just begin again. Eagle on the other side. Find the foundations. Left arm wraps under, left leg wraps over, and you create your eagle. Anything is possible in this moment. Eagle on the right. Your transition. Establishing foundations. Pressing down to pull into the core to then create and express your fullest expression of this eagle. Switch to the other side. Notice where the mind goes, and if the mind tells you this is a pose you like or you don't like. And release. Standing leg raise on the right. So left foot grounds, left hand to left hip, right hand to right knee. Start by pulling the right hip down so the hips are neutral. Right foot flexed, toes spread out. And now open to the right. 2 eyes to 1 point. Left arm goes out to the side. Maybe you can shift your gaze through the left middle finger. Wherever you are, you're pressing down through the standing foot, pulling into your core. Come back to center. Extend your right foot out front. Toes are flexed. Curl the toes back like smiling towards you. Reach the arms up and over. Everyone lean forward a tiny bit. And then pulse the foot for 3, 2, 1. And now swing back, warrior 3. Right foot comes back like a pendulum. Take your time. There is no rush. Firming into the left foot. Inner arch of the left foot is lifting as the 4 corners ground down. Right foot flexed as much as possible, like you're standing on a wall. The toes are pointing down. Inner thigh lifting up. Bring your hands to heart center. Half moon. Left hand down, right arm up. Transitions, part of the practice. Stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders. Maybe you can test shifting your gaze to the side. Maybe you can test lifting the hand off the block or off the floor, floating it for a moment. A moment. Anything is possible. For 3, pressing down. For 2, hugging in. 3, expand and release. And I think I said 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1 was what I meant to say. Ooh, shake out the leg, shake out the head, flutter your lips. And now rise back up to stand, standing leg raise on the other side. So right foot rounds and left knee lifts. Hand on the right hip. And then flex your left foot, spread the toes. Pit of the belly pulls back towards the spine. Open to the left. Broaden the ribs towards the right. Right arm over to the side. Yeah, and if you have a wall right near you, use the wall. If you have a person right near you, use your yogi partner to get some stability. And then maybe gaze towards your hand, the right hand. At the same time, you're pulling the energy to the midline of your body. Come back to center. Extend the left leg out front. Lift the arms overhead and pulse that leg up for 3, 2, 1. And now swing it back. Tall people, mindful of what's behind you. Okay, the more you lift the back left foot, the easier it becomes. Sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. So the left heel's lifting up. Little back bend in the upper chest, like the airplane's taking off. half moon. Trust the process of this practice. Intentional. When you're intentional with your practice, you're up to something much bigger than just this half moon. Ragdoll. Release. Shake it out. Sway it out. Rise back up to stand, sweeping the arms up. Dancer on the right. Left arm stays lifted. Grab your right ankle with your right hand. Knees together to start to create the alignment. And then inhale, reach up, and exhale, kick. Right foot into the right hand as you start to lean forward. Little bend in the left knee. Right hip drops down a little bit so the hips are neutral. Kick, 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 create the resistance. And switch sides. Ujjayi breath and drishti. Right arm lifts, left hand to the left foot. Your practice, you do you. Creating your fullest expression of this dancer in this moment. Who cares what you were able to do yesterday? Who cares what you think you should be able to do? Just feel into it and create your dancer. Tree on the right. Establish your roots. And then bring the right foot to the right inner thigh, left inner thigh. Hands to heart center. Pressing down, pulling in, and create your version of this tree today, right here, right now. Fullest expression. And switch sides. Right foot rooted down, resistance between the left foot and the inner thigh, and then create. Yeah, arms could be up, arms could be in cactus arms, they could be behind their back. There's no right or wrong. And release. Step to the top of the yoga mat, reach the arms up, extended mountain. And exhale, fold forward, clearing the breath out. Halfway lift, high to low plank, or straight to down dog. And how's everyone on screen doing over there? Hello, Paige. Downward facing dog is where we're meeting. Right side triangle. Choosing how you get into this triangle. It might be through warrior 1 to warrior 2, or just right from downward facing dog. When you're in your Trikonasa, ground through the feet. So the feet are plugging into earth. Top arm reaches up and over, so it's in line with the left ear, like you're reaching forward, forward, forward. Yes. And then reach the right arm forward so both arms are hugging the ears. Super strong in your core. Little bend in the knees and firm the muscles around the legs. Okay, from there, take an inhale, reach the arms forward, and then exhale, rise. Amazing. Okay, right foot turns towards the side of the yoga mat. Interlace the hands behind your back, right thumb on top. Inhale, squeeze the arms back, look up, little back bend. And exhale to fold. Head comes down, arms go overhead. Move with intention. As you're transitioning from one pose to another, can you be so in touch with your body that you feel the different muscles switch on so that you can transition and feel the transition? No rush. The experience of the experience. Again, if you want to go upside down, bring your legs up in the air, go for it. If you want to move your hands and bring them behind you, you can do that. Trying to draw the crown of the head as close down towards the mat as possible. Tripoders, make your way down. Everyone hands to hips. And on an inhale, rise all the way up. Set up for pyramid on the right. Right foot to the front of the mat. Left foot steps in about a third of the way. Give the hips some space, like they're on railway tracks. And then hands, yogi's choice, can be behind the back or reverse namaste. Inhale, draw up, and exhale to fold over the right leg, aiming the chin towards the right shin. And land. Land your gaze, your drishti towards the back left foot. Release the neck, the muscles in the neck. Super strong in the legs. Belly pulling in, and the hips are square towards the front. Lift halfway, half moon. Twisted triangle, sorry. Left hand down, right hand up. So from your halfway lift, left hand reaches down towards the mat. Maybe it's on a block. Maybe it's crossing over the right foot. What's right for your body? And we all live in different bodies. For me, I need to have my left hand a little bit forward on the inside of the right foot. For others, crossing over works for their body. Downward facing dog. Left side Trikonasana. Rooting down through the feet, strengthening the legs, so hugging the leg muscles in, and then expressing your triangle. Left glute wrapping under, right hip stacking over, shoulders stacked to start, and then reach the right arm overhead in line with the ear. Left arm comes forward like you're hugging a beach ball. As you hug the beach ball, press the feet down, pull the belly in. And then from there, inhale to rise all the way up. Left foot turns towards the side of the yoga mat, hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Head dropping down. Using the hands to draw the crown of the head closer down towards Mother Earth. Whatever is touching the mat is grounding you here to presence. And anything is possible in this moment. Anything is possible in life. And the more you pay attention to it, it's like we start to notice what's our tendency? What's our tendency in terms of the stories we tell ourselves? And it's those stories that can get in the way of us actually doing the greatness that we can do. Okay, tripoders, make your way down. Inhale to rise up, set up for your pyramid on the left. Create the space for the hips. Yogi's choice of arms, left foot at 12 o'clock, right foot steps in about a third of the way. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, fold. As you fold, pull the lower belly in, draw the hips back, even and equal. And then the head drops. Yeah. Got so much stuff in our head that often that creates tension in the neck. So can you relax the neck a little bit more? Pressing into the earth with the feet, pulling the lower belly in. Twisted triangle. Right hand down, left arm up. Uddiyana Bandha. So pull your pelvic floor in Mula Bandha and then lengthen through the Uddiyana Bandha, through the abdomen. Downward facing dog. Ripple forward to high plank and lower yourself all the way down. Your count, slow, fast, fast for most today. Cheek to one side. Surrender yourself to this moment. Ooh. Feel the earth beneath you. Cheek to the other side. Allow yourself to surrender and restore in this moment on the mat. Knowing that you are ready for what's coming up. Knowing that your physical body, your backs are warm, your body is prepared. Forehead to the mat, locust. Hands can be interlaced behind the back or just down by your sides with the palms facing down. As you inhale, you prepare, and then as you exhale, you lift. Everything lifting up as much as you can, legs lifting, chest lifting, hands drawing back. So squeezing the palms of the hands towards the feet, lengthen through the spine, through the neck, crown of the head, and then lower. Sway the hips from side to side. Locust number 2. If you interlaced your hands behind the back, switch the clasp of the hand, opposite thumb on top. Breath in to prepare. Breath out to lift. Squeeze the 2 legs towards one another. Flex the feet. Point the toes. Flex the feet again, squeeze the legs a little bit more in, lift the torso, lift the legs a little, and then lower. Oh, sway the hips from side to side. Restore in a moment. Floor bow. Grab your ankles, tops of the feet. Kick the feet into the hands, create resistance, and draw the chest bone up. Steady your gaze in front of you or down towards the mat or up. How does it feel in the neck? And when you shift your gaze down or up, what happens to your breath? This is all an exploration of your body and all creating awareness of what happens as you move the physical form. And release. Reset, sway the knees from side to side. Floor bow number 2. Set yourself up. Anything is possible. Drop the story and just create in this moment. Kicking the feet into the hands, hands into the feet, and lifting up. Doesn't matter how high you lift. Who cares? Maybe it's a centimeter. Kick, kick, kick. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Lift and lower. All of you are incredible. You're here doing your thing, doing your work, moving your body. Anna's calling for a child's pose. I think that would be nice for everyone. Press back to a child's pose for a moment. Stretching the fingers forward, maybe even tenting up on the fingers and pressing the seat bones down, lengthening through the spine and the side body. Downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, look forward towards your hands. Lift up on the tiptoes, bend the knees, and hop through to your back. Set up for bridge number 1. Feet at 12 o'clock. Press down to lift up. Feet rooted, hips lifting. You can lay that on top of the mat. And not just lower the hips down to earth. If you're in your full wheel already, tuck the chin lower. Reset by moving the knees from side to side, mindful of hugging the knees into your chest. So moving the knees side to side. Back bend number 2, wheel or bridge. Press down to pull in to create fullest expression in this moment. Pressing into the feet at 12 o'clock. So turn the toes inwards, heels a little bit out. And lower yourself down, sway the knees from side to side, reset right here. Back bend number 3. What is possible for you today? What is possible for you right now? Possible or impossible? Yeah, and sometimes we just have to test our edge and have a little giggle if it doesn't go exactly as you think it should, and know that even that was worthwhile. Tuck your chin lower down, reset. Final one. Press my legs apart. Final back bend. Ooh. Go up, do your thing. And if you're coming up to wheel for the first time, go onto the top of the head, the crown of the head first, and just feel that. Get used to being there. And then eventually you press the mat away to lift up. 3, 2, 1. Supta Baddha Konasana. We'll do a workshop on it for you, right? One hand on heart center, one hand on belly. Feel the energy in your body right now. How did you feel in the beginning of class when you tapped into your energy? And how do you feel now? Happy baby. If you can't grab the feet, grab the ankles, the backs of the thighs. Pull the knees towards the armpits, create a little opening. Maybe have a little rock and roll of super happy baby. Grounding down through the sacrum. And let's hug the knees into the chest, Apanasana. And then lift your legs directly up into the air. Little bit of core work. In fact, everything we do is all about the core. So this core work is not just about creating a 6-pack or a 12-pack. It's creating stability. Okay, heels are lifting, toes are spread wide, feet are flexed. Let's have the hands on either side of the hips, palms facing down. Even here, can you straighten your legs, firm the muscles along the leg bones, and press the sacrum down? From there, lower by 1/3. Straightest legs as you can have. Lower by another 1/3. Squeeze the 2 legs towards one another. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower 2 inches above the mat. Lift the chest and shoulders. Wiggle the toes, the fingers. Hello, amazing body. Thank you for everything you do for me. And lift the legs all the way back up. Woo, yes. Wow, okay.
One more time, maybe two more times. Squeeze your two legs in and pull the pit of the belly in. So your back line, the sacrum is really pressing into earth, back body hugging to earth. Lower 30%. Squeeze in. Lower another 30%. And then 2 inches off the floor, head lift, shoulders lift. Sway the feet from side to side. And again, are you grateful for your body in this moment? Yes, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the legs all the way back up. Heels in, toes out. This is the final one. All of you are incredible. And everyone's a little sweaty, so you can jump into an ice bath after. Okay, heels in, toes out, Charlie Chapman. Maybe like Charlie Chapman, make a little smile on your face. Okay, lower by a third. Squeeze your adductors together, groin, inner thighs. Lower 2/3. And then 2 inches off the mat and tap the heels together. Tap, 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 tap for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in. Amazing, you. Have a little wiggle on your mat to massage the sacrum, the lower back. When you're ready, rock and roll 2 or 3 times through to a down dog, or if you prefer to do thread the needle, you could stay on your back. We're going to move into hip openers. So rocking forward and back, coming into down dog, or staying on your back to go into thread the needle on your back. Lift the right leg if you're in your downward facing dog and come through to half pigeon. Walk the arms forward, come onto your forearms or all the way down. If anyone needs help, give me a little wave. If anyone needs a block. Depending on the anatomy of your hips, you'll move into this in a different way and it will look different in each of us. What we're aiming for is an opening, a stretch through the right glute, the right outer hip. And then what we want, hips square towards the front. Does that feel okay? Sure. Okay. And then there, okay. You want to have to stretch on the outer right hip. Yeah. And then can you walk down on your forearms? Yeah. And then soften that. Yeah. Good. Start to lengthen your breath. Even length inhales, even in equal length exhales. Letting the length of your breath calm your nervous system. We put a lot of effort, a lot of strength, a lot of power into this practice. And then there's these moments towards the end where we can start to let go. You've been challenged. You've challenged your body. You've challenged your mind. Fingers are soft. Shoulders relaxed. Notice the tendency as we slow things down. And if you feel any resistance, deepen your breath. Switch to the other side.
Left leg lifts and then come forward to your half pigeon on the left. Anything is possible when you put your mind to it. And this practice gives us an awareness of what we think is possible for us. Doesn't matter if you can do a pose or not do a pose. Who really cares? It's probably only you. What's important is just noticing where your mind goes, because what happens on this mat is very often the tendency of how we live off the mat. Seated forward fold. Both legs forward. Seat bones grounding, arms lifting up. Exhale to fold forward. Long spine, long neck. Length over depth. Breathe in to create that space. And breathe out. Inhale to rise back up. And as you exhale, make your way all the way onto your back, ending with a supine twist. So right knee hugging in. Twist over to the left. Soften the belly, soften the glutes. Start to soften your gaze, moving it inside. And soften the breath. Switch to the other side. Hugging the left knee in and then twisting over to the right. Apanasana. Final hug of the knees. Final collective breath together, breathing in and breathing out as much as you can. Create space for possibility. Possibility on your mat, possibility off the mat. Shavasana. Legs on either side of your mat, feet surrendering, relaxed, open. Arms on either side of your body, palms facing up. Receptive to everything that life has to offer you. Knowing and believing that anything is possible for you. And that you're ready for it. Feel the mat beneath you. Start to make gentle movements with the toes, the fingers. Gently waking up the physical body. Maybe moving the thumb across each fingertip. Full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead. Hug the knees into your chest and roll over to one side. And gently press yourself up to an easy seat. Keeping the eyes closed, bring your hands to heart center and Anjali Mudra. Root down through the seat bones, draw up through the crown of the head. Anything is possible. And keep that intention of possibility throughout the rest of your day, rest of the week, rest of the year, rest of your life. Let's seal the practice in with one final Om together. Breathe in. Thumbs to forehead center. Divine in me honors the divine in you. Together we bow and say namaste.